Well, good morning.
Hey guys.
I was looking down. I was looking down, and I'm looking down because I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Don't go over to Michael and spoil mama today and say, "Oh, that's Cheryl," because I'm gonna give her a picture, and she's doing a little thing, guest YouTuber, and so I'm gonna be on there, and I'm gonna show her my college picture where I was able to wear mini skirts, y'all. I used to wear mini skirts like they were going out of style. Mini skirts, I tell you, from high school to college, I was wearing mini skirts.
Word?
I was. But y'all will never guess who I am.
Is this after dark? I need to go change shirts.
Wow.
Y'all
will never guess who I am on her show. Y'all won't. Nope, never will. But welcome in, everybody. So that's what I'm doing with my phone. I have college pictures, high school pictures, and all of that. So what are y'all doing today?
Well, apparently we are catching the Michael and Spoiled Mama live. That is coming up later on today. Other than that, we are YouTubing right now. That's what we're up to.
Good.
Yes. Good morning, everybody, and welcome into Go Live Together. We are your morning team. I'm Jeremy. This is Cheryl. Up top, we got Eddie and Scott. Good morning, gentlemen. And I know that you were showing us the weather report from your area, Scott. That's terrible.
Yeah, so it's actually the temperature's actually ticked up a little bit, but it's still pretty darn cold here. I went ahead and shared this screen here. You can see it's 30 degrees. It's only going up to 45, but the feels like is 21. Just a few moments ago, the feel like was 19. So I guess we should be celebrating.
Yes. Ahoo. There we go.
But it's definitely cold here for sure and does not feel like spring.
What's going on in Atlanta, good sir? You are muted.
Like I was saying, right now it's 49 here in this side of the country. Ooh. And it's very sunny outside, so it's gonna be a warm day. But what I was hearing from the weather reports yesterday, this Friday temperatures are going to drop, so we'll see.
Well, today it is going to be thunderstorming and hailing, from what I understand.
Wow.
Yeah, I need to go stash the car somewhere. That way the windows don't break. At least, because they are talking about golf ball size hail with a whole lot of thunderstorms coming. So, yeah. Good morning, Team Replay. Thank you guys so much for coming in to check out the show.
Me too. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And Kathy, I hope you're feeling better. I really do. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you for leaving that comment on hashtag Team Replay. But for those of you that are here right now, good morning and welcome into the live chat. First up is Tinkerbell. Good morning.
Hey, Jackie.
And she says, good morning. Happy Thursday. 18 days till cruise day. Have a fantastic day, everyone.
Oh, stop it.
If it's 18 days for her, it's 19 days for me.
Right.
Oh, they make me sick.
Half a year for me.
Yep.
And they're going on the ship that's unbelievably good.
Oh, yeah, that celebrity, that pinky ship.
I love it.
I wonder if everybody's pinkies is like stuck by the time they get off the ship from being stuck out so much.
I don't think it's like that. I think it's a good fun ship.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll work. Next up in the chat is Anthony on the Move. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Well, you know how people get arthritis and stuff, and you know their joints get stuck in a position.
Like mine.
Well, I don't know that to be entirely true, but yeah, it's watch your hands, whatever
My
you're extending.
Listen, no matter how amazing the celebrity eclipse is, I still could not imagine Eddie and Alice still not being NCL fans.
Right.
Like,
Right. This
this
is
is kind of where you get locked in, right? They're
Yeah.
locked into NCL. I'm locked into RC.
right.
You know, I mean, that's just where people get locked in. I mean, I'm sure they'll have a good time, but I can't imagine them saying, okay, we have a new favorite cruise line.
It might take an Edge series to get them to change their mind on that one.
There's got to be a big. I have to be extremely, extremely, extremely impressed for me to make a change.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't know if the Eclipse is the ship to do that. So.
Right. Mike and Rihanna, good morning.
Good morning.
Reinforcements have arrived from the north.
And they're going on the NCL Joy, Mike and Rihanna, so they're going to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
They might have
They could have been on the Carnival Paradise, but no.
They might have a good time on the Joy.
Yep. I would say they're going to have better food for sure. Kathy Mills, good morning.
Good morning.
Feel better, Kathy.
Yes, definitely feel better. James Cantonese, good morning.
Hi.
2.0, James.
And he says, good morning, Jeremy Sheryl Cruise Adventures. I am here to support you, even Eddie, a troublemaker, LOL.
Yes, he is a troublemaker.
Tanisha's in the house. Good morning, Leonard Family Fun. And she says, good morning, happy National Memory Day.
Oh, I don't have that. I'm so sorry. I've already failed. I've already failed.
My memory is completely shot. I cannot remember anything.
Yes. And you know what? Elijah, he's such our 8-year-old twin. This is what he does. He comes up and he tells me what I've forgotten. He said, you may not remember. This is how he does it. You may not remember, but you said, I can play with my Nintendo Switch all this week before doing homework. I said, did I say that? He said, yeah, but you don't remember. I said, boy, get out of here. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, this is what he does. That's what he does for real.
Mm-hmm. It's also National Spray Tanning Day.
Oh, I can't do that.
Right. National Countdown Day.
Oh, I can do that.
Oh, we got a countdown.
Yes. What is it?
Oh, shoot.
So you could do it.
221 days.
Oh, it's going to be when it's 200, tell me, because then that's when I shut down the kitchen.
In 3 weeks.
Okay. The kitchen gets shut down in 3 weeks then.
And she has been cooking, y'all. I'm letting you know she has been cooking.
It's going to be shut down.
Jeremy is happy.
Come on. Tell me some
National Farm Rescuer Day.
I can't do that one.
We got to go rescue a farm.
No.
And Absolutely Incredible Kids Day. Wow.
It's always Incredible Kids Day around here.
There is some incredibilism that goes on a daily basis.
On a daily basis, they always do something fantastic.
No, not fantastic. Incredible.
Okay,
Right. Okay. Tomorrow is Friday. Celebrate.
Oh, God.
Celebrate accordingly.
And you know what? I might come in tomorrow and be on the show with y'all. It depends on how I feel. I might not remember because it is Memory Day.
It is Memory Day.
And I will let me remind you of something. Yesterday you played hooky. So
let me tell you.
Let me remind you that yesterday.
Are you gonna make that time up?
Yes, I'm gonna make the time up. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. We got 2 union reps. And then, because he's Papi Chulo, he might have that mafia behind him. So I don't know.
Listen, I can tell you honestly, at one point I did not hear an entire conversation, or I wasn't paying attention closely enough. And I was under the assumption at one point, not long ago, you asked for both Friday and Monday off. And then I was corrected in saying that, no, I guess you asked to switch them.
Yes.
But I thought that you had originally asked for both off. And I'm going to tell you right now that had that been the case, I would have given you my vote.
Oh, you would have?
I would have supported you in that.
See that?
But see, we're vetoed.
Oh my God.
That's right.
But I would have supported you in that.
Boom. Susanna Morion, proud single mom. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's been a while.
Yeah, welcome in. Okay, Cruising with Keith has made it in. First of all, welcome in.
What's up?
And it says, good morning, everyone. At 10 a.m., I will have some cruise news.
Okay. You know, I'm always there with your cruise news.
Yes.
We be watching, and then when we get off, we be saying, I wonder where he got that from.
I know, right? Controversial Cruising has made it in. Good morning.
You know
What's
what?
up?
I would like to have Controversial Cruising on a show on a Sunday. Me and Jackie would love to have him if he's ever available.
Mhm.
You know, just put it down there in the chat.
Savage Batman made it in the house.
Yes, we were on his live the other week.
Yep. It says, hey, Jeremy and Cheryl, how are you both?
We're doing good.
Yeah.
I'm not in pain today, so I won't be putting stuff in my mouth by accident.
Right. And then we get to go outside today. I heard a little plan to go somewhere, and I am stoked.
Oh, God.
Yes, we get to go outside today.
We got to come back before that man comes.
James Cantonese says it is 23 here.
It's 27 where Scott is, so it's cold.
Yep. Thank you for that share, Batman. Cruising with Calandra. Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Miss Drones herself. We're going to do the drone.
Oh, well, here goes. Kathy Mills has a question for you. It says, Cheryl mentioned college. Curious what your degree was and if you care to share.
Yes, I don't care. It was in sociology and psychology. Let me tell you why sociology was first. In high school, I had two teachers that inspired me. It was my English teacher as well as my sociology teacher. Those two teachers were the cat's pajamas for me. And let me tell you, I don't mind sharing. And then I went to college. I majored in both, found out that I liked history a lot. Okay, a lot. But I didn't change my majors, because I liked both of them. And I had kept up with my English teacher, Miss Pittman, all the way up till 6 years ago. I kept in contact with her. That's how much she had a thing on me. I pledged. I was in two community groups. One was Wisconsin Sleepers, which was like a party thing. One was Kappa, Crimson Kappas, which was like a community service type thing. And I'm very active in that, very, very active in that. I had a great, and I was voted my first year on campus, Miss Kappa Alpha Psi. So I was handpicked, to represent that fraternity. So I did a lot of stuff in college. I was very active, but I had good grades. Because let me tell you, this is a secret. Don't tell nobody. My parents used to do drive-by every now and then to my college. They used to come and see if I was in my dorm room. And maybe on Friday, if I remember, ask me that what happened one time, just one time, and it never happened again. So on Friday,
we could save that
dark,
for an after dark show.
Yeah, Friday after dark, Kathy. If you're feeling well, come by and ask that question. What happened when your parents came by? One time. It only took one time, and then I straightened up and
troublemaker.
No.
And she asked about everybody else as well. I chose to go to a trade school while I was in the Navy. They sent me to a trade school in Meridian, Mississippi, and I found out that I had good enough grades to have desk duty.
He didn't do nothing
while serving our country.
He didn't see no guns. No.
I am a professional file clerk.
Yeah, he's
that's what I am.
Paper. He pushed paper.
I kept maintenance records for the HC-2 rescue helicopters while I was in the Navy, and that's the continuing education that I had.
Thank you for your pushing paper service.
Anybody else like to share their college stuff?
Well, I went to college back in the early 90s, and I went to a commercial arts in Fort Lauderdale, Powder College back in 91. Before that, I went to a music management school in Miami Beach. Unfortunately, the school closed, made allegations of launder money by the president of the school.
Mm.
And something like happened to somebody not too long ago.
Mm.
But I got out of that, and then I went into commercial arts in back in the early 90s in Fort Lauderdale, where I did a lot of advertisement, and I became a freelancer. And after that, I got introduced to the world of retail, and that was it. No more freelancing for me, except for what I'm doing now. I did some work, during the years with doing logos and stuff like that, promoting stuff. So I've been around in the promotion business world a while. So now, YouTube it's been a great tool, because now in YouTube I get to do a lot of my own crafting, and I'm helping other creators with the logos and some other stuff that they do. So it's been good. I'm happy.
Scott?
I have a degree in computer science from the amazing Penn State. So I spent, I had a very illustrious career in IT with various corporations, Lockheed Martin and Hershey Foods, and a Swedish company called Svedala Industries. And then I finished my IT career with more than a decade in the Pennsylvania State Senate, where I served the Republican caucus, which is the controlling party here in Pennsylvania. So I had a fantastic career there in politics. Well, it was IT, but politics was very much injected into the IT. It was something I had never dealt with before in my life, and I got an extreme education on how our political system really works. And then I retired from state service and started a travel agency. So that's pretty much what I've done. So
cool beans.
And I'm not through. I went to school for being a nurse. I got my RN, my daughter, my what do you call it? She would have been my daughter-in-law. She walked in my footsteps, So, I just like, and that's one reason I just like to read. I like to learn. I like to, I like to do stuff, Kathy, like that. Education is a biggie for me. And I push that on our kids. My kids, they've all succeeded and went higher up.
And the young ones think it's such a tragedy that they have to do schoolwork over the summer. And oh man, it's the biggest thing. It's the biggest crime since Al Capone that they have to read during the summer. But hey, it is what it is. Thank you for asking. Good discussion.
Thank you, Kathy.
Mike and Rihanna have a weather update. It is 18 degrees here and snow, and the high today is 24 degrees. My goodness. Cruising with Calandra, it is 32 degrees and windy here in New Jersey.
Wow. Joycey. And Sky was telling us it was windy yesterday with him.
It was so windy here that many areas lost power because the wind took out power lines and stuff.
Wow.
Really bad.
Okay. Well, here's something I need Eddie to testify to because he's going to be brutally honest no matter what ship he's on. So we'll be waiting to hear it from him as well. She says, Jeremy, it's not like that at all. It's fun and an enjoyable celebrity ship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've watched the videos for
people are standing around like this with their sweater sleeves draped over their shoulders.
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna feel so out of place.
No, you're not, Eddie.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
be gangster style.
Cruiser McKee says, I still love NCL, but Carnival gives amazing casino deals. So it's so hard to pass that up. Yeah.
Carnival does give some pretty good casino deals.
Yes, they do. Ooh, snap. Our friend is in. Kenneth Oakes has just made it in. Hello.
Kenny.
Welcome.
What up, Kenny?
Yes.
Hey.
Cruising with Calandra. I love NCL. I've been on 12 cruises with them and never really had a problem.
I've been on one and I love them.
Fell in love with it immediately.
We're on another one in December.
Yep. And yes, here we go. Here's a good question. Traveling with Tinkerbell says, Cheryl, why do you shut down your kitchen if you still have half a year left to cruise?
Oh God. Oh no.
That's a good question.
Here now or now.
I know, right? Hey, we can go overtime. No, I'm not opposed to overtime. Go.
Okay, let me tell you.
Let me sit back. It's gonna be a minute.
Because this is the real reason why I shut down.
I'll be back. I'll be back after.
Yeah.
Wait,
We'll
no.
go all the way to Dunkin' Donuts and come back and we're still here.
Let me tell you, it's not that they don't eat. I buy frozen meals for my family to eat. I know they're not healthy for kids, for those who say, processed
It's an
food.
adult either.
But they do eat frozen food. So technically, I'm cooking. I'll stick it in and, take it out. So that's technically cooking.
Now that's an after dark discussion.
Wait,
To clear all of this up, okay. Jeremy does cook in between. I am from Louisiana. I love food. I have, I took home ec in high school, believe it or not, instead of shop. So I was given some good advice by my mother, and she said never ever rely on a woman to cook for you.
And yesterday,
and so I took home ec and learned how to cook myself. So yes, there is cooking going on in the house.
Wait, yesterday
The kitchen's not shut down. What she says is I'm done cooking. So that's when I step in.
I do 90% of the cooking in our family.
Right.
So.
Let me tell you, this is what happened yesterday. This is a true story and it's a short story. Yesterday, because we can't have pork or beef, because of his fatty can't eat. So yesterday I got some chicken sandwiches, and because the words on the box were so little, I put each one of them in front of the kids, places on the table. And what I did was I left the box for them to read.
Left the instructions.
How to cook.
Yep.
I'm one of these new moms.
Fun.
I'm a new mom, Tinker. I am.
Yep.
You'll get there one day. I'm
And-
just a new person.
And speaking of cooking, Canadian Family Life has
I
made
feel
it
so
in.
bad. I do. I feel so bad.
Oh, I was saving it. I was really saving
that's
it.
the ultimate example right there.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
Canadian
I
Family
feel
Life.
bad.
If you want to know what to cook and how to cook for your family, be sure to go over to Tiffany's channel, Canadian Family Life. She's going to show you some good things.
And so
Those people are definitely surviving the apocalypse.
For real.
Yes, because they
Yes.
got they
If
unboxed.
apocalypse shows up, I want to be gone. I don't want to stay around.
I'm going to Tiffany's house.
Right?
Shoot, you got me messed up. I'm going up there. Or Mike and Rihanna's house because they got a Church's Chicken in town. Okay.
Right.
Never mind
Oh
eating
my
a low
God.
fat diet. I can peel off that skin and eat that chicken like it is
Mm.
with some hot sauce.
Stop it.
Good question.
It was a good question. Thank
Goldie
you, Tinker.
has made it into the chat. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, here we go. Controversial Cruising says, so now Cheryl will have to give up a Friday. She already did. That's
I'll
her.
be here tomorrow. But I'm not giving up a Friday.
Will we see Cheryl tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well, we got a commitment,
Yeah.
everybody. We
Because I gotta
done.
make up.
We're done with the conversation. That's it. She made a commitment.
It's
That's
the videotape.
work.
No, tomorrow she's gonna tell us about what she packs a year ahead in advance.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh my
the Mass Mayhem episodes haven't even began for the Paradise. Stay tuned to the channel for that. Definitely.
I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with the Paradise having just come out of Yacht Club.
Yacht Club. Yeah, that's
Oh my
gonna
God. I don't know.
that's gonna be culture shock at its best right there. Controversial Cruising said, I would love that, Cheryl. Just let me know. I'll work on Sundays, but I can make it happen.
Okay.
Okay.
You hear that, Tinker?
Yes, she does. I agree with you, Cheryl. I would love to have Controversial Cruising on the show.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Absolutely. And Cruising with Calandra has let us know his name. His name is Tony. Thank you so much.
Hey, Tony.
Yes, Tony. We finally got a Tony in the chat. I don't think we've ever had a
never
Tony.
had a Tony.
Wow. Had him all along.
We
Didn't
have
even know.
Scots.
We got
There's an Anthony.
we had 4 Scots in the chat.
There's a not true story about how Tony became a nickname for Anthony.
Mhm.
And it was during the European migration to the US through Ellis Island.
Oh,
They couldn't speak any English.
Okay.
They didn't know where to go. They couldn't tell people where they needed to go. So they wrote on their shirts or on their jackets or whatever was, whatever their outer piece of clothing, they wrote with a grease pen
Uh-huh.
to NY. So to New York.
Okay.
And it looked like Tony.
Oh.
To NY.
Wow.
TONY. To NY. So it looked like Tony. So that's how Tony became nicknamed for Anthony.
Oh, wow.
Leonard Family Fund says, I have a bachelor's in communications, bachelor's in nursing, and a master's in nursing.
Jesus Christ.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes.
And my daughter, Wendy, she's a director of nurses.
Goldie says, thank you. It's a splendid sunny afternoon here in Romania.
Oh.
Yes. And Elizabeth has made it into the chat. Hello. Welcome
Hello,
in.
beautiful.
Hey, babe.
And Babe has a degree in business administration with a double minors in accounting and economics, then went back after graduating to finish the accounting major at a different college.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, y'all got some smart women.
Yeah. And here we go. You might like this one, Eddie. Goldie says, I'm a pizza maker, no majors, no college, but have always loved cooking.
Oh,
I did a few years with Pizza Hut, so I learned how to do all
you
that.
see all these women.
I was a delivery driver for Pizza Hut.
Do you see all these women? They cook.
Mm-hmm.
So you got one of these new women. This is new age.
Well, I know how to cook for myself.
That's good.
My mom gave me real good advice whenever I was in high school. Antoinette had fun. Hey, friend.
Oh, Antoinette.
Yes.
She used to have a segment on Saturday mornings.
Oh, okay. Anthony on the Move says, all right, miss.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So that's one of those gang thing, with the gang signs and stuff happening. I've been trying to learn the Kappa one, but I just can't get it. They didn't. I haven't been trained on those gang signs, but yes.
Yeah, Antoinette.
All
used to
you
have a
Kappas in the
cooking show
house should
on
understand.
Saturdays. And she used to cook her breakfast in front of everybody.
Yes.
So there you go.
And thank you to the chat for chiming in on Kathy's question. That was good. Good discussion.
Yeah, y'all got to know about us.
College.
Yeah.
Here we go. Goldie says, my daughter is heading to architecture and she loves reading. Yes.
Yeah, I love reading. I absolutely love reading. In fact, my Kindle books, I have a whole library of books. They have been put, I don't know how my iPad and my Kindle connected, but they did just for my books. And I can ask my AI to read me a book at night.
I wake up to audiobooks sometimes.
Yes.
Controversial Cruising says 52 with a high of 78.
abundance
in
of caution,
Scottsdale.
I went ahead and muted my speakers.
Oh, you thought I was gonna say it, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna wait till it's not muted.
Right. Okay, here
I'm
we
gonna
go.
call him and say,
Here's a weather report from Kenny. He says it is 44 degrees, feels like 44, with a high of 59, low of 41, with sunshine here in Bananas, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Bulladine. Yeah, here
that's
we
a
go.
country sounding.
Oh,
name.
snap. Your friend and mine cruising on the high seas
And travel.
has made it
And
into the
street
chat.
walking.
And yeah, street walking, because that's what he does.
Yes.
With Lucky.
And it says, we Canadians know how to cook and eat, eh?
Yeah, you do.
What else is there to do up there?
Be cold.
And make babies.
Oh yeah, make babies and be cold.
That's fire.
Hey, don't get spoiled, Mike and Rihanna. Don't do that. It's not Taco Tuesday.
Oh, they fixing to go to Taco Bell.
No, they are getting a Taco Bell built in Medicine Hat this year.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
I only go to Taco Bell when I need to
I
clean
love
the
Taco
system,
Bell.
so I'll tell you that much about it.
Oh, here we go. Goldie says, I was in the Pizza Hut kitchen for 3 years. Oh, okay. For the record, here's another gang thing he got going on stuff. I don't know.
Oh, really?
How they do all of this gang sign stuff.
Alpha Phi Alpha.
That's the one.
Yes. Those are those guys that have the pinky up, and they are smart. They are
Is the
Spoiled.
pinky- No.
I thought that was American Airlines.
Okay. So
and my friend, my roommate, one of my roommates was an Alpha Angel. So, and now she's a preacher, or a Methodist preacher, so, but I still forget not to curse in front of her. And because we were roommates, so every now and then I'll slip in front of her. We still talk. That's Keaton I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We still talk, and man,
well,
this is wonderful.
Yeah,
Kathy, you really did a good thing today.
We have a visitor in town today, and it is none other than the Carnival Breeze. And it is going to be a messy sail away, to say the very least. Thunderstorms today. We are waking up to 67 degrees with 93% humidity, 15-mile-an-hour winds, and cloudy. If you are sailing away on this beautiful vessel, your sail away forecast is as follows: 66 degrees with 96% humidity, 23-mile-an-hour winds, and scattered thunderstorms. And from the news report this morning, as I understand, it's going to be widespread thunderstorms. But we have to watch the Houston news because Galveston doesn't have it. So we're believing the Houston news. It's going to be widespread thunderstorms. Please be careful. If you are driving in, allow for an extra 2 hours getting through Houston, because it's going to get messy. And hang on. View tab, sharing this tab. Okay. Wait a minute. She's got something to show the people.
Anthony on the move.
Wait a minute. Let me just put us right here.
You see? I'm very active. Very, very active.
Everything has to be read.
Yeah, I'm very active.
It does.
I'm very active.
So where are our ships today? We got the Carnival Breeze here in town. We got the Jubilee in Cozumel. The Magic is in Falmouth, Jamaica. The Norwegian Prima is at sea. The Regal Princess is in Costa Maya. The Harmony of the Seas is in Costa Maya. And the Voyager of the Seas is in Cozumel. Missing off of the list is the Carnival Dream. I don't see it. Somebody please find the Dream. They got these little things coming out the wall that'll help rub your back. Oh, there it is, Cozumel. But it didn't make the list. That's weird. Okay. Who else has made it into the chat before we move on?
Yeah, I'm very active, Anthony on the move. Very, very active. Even when they have homecoming and all of this, they always contact me.
She is very, very active. The cane is just so that she can skip the line.
Right.
Yes. any fin is possible. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Howdy.
Good morning.
Michael Ann just made it in.
Oh, Michael Ann, did I look, Michael?
You got to send it.
Wait.
The show is today.
I know. I'm sending it now. I forgot.
Yes, we are announcing your show because we really, really want to be a part of that. Let everybody know in the chat what time it is in Eastern, because that's what our co-hosts speak, as they speak in Eastern time zone.
Whatever. And
Leonard Family Fun has a sorority thing here. Can you read that? All of this
Zeta Phi Beta. My niece is a Zeta.
Yep.
My past minister in Dallas, she was a Zeta. You know, yes, but my niece and my great niece are Zetas. Yes.
Yeah, this is all Greek to me.
Yes. And I'm gonna tell you somebody else that's a Zeta that's on here. That's not, she comes in the chat every now and then, is Wellness with Fugal Mama. She's a Zeta as well.
Yep.
So
where will the Prima be tomorrow? I don't know. I closed out the screen, so I'm not sure where the Prima will be tomorrow.
Oh, then I gotta crop these pictures.
Facebook user made it in the house. Good morning, all from the Cruise Nuts. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Leonard Family Fun says, fine women they are, Cheryl.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Rob, for clearing this up. Jeremy, but CST is the real time zone where it's at in the best time zone too.
I don't know how much you're paying him to say that, but not enough money.
You know, me and Lucky. Yeah, me and Lucky have an understanding. Whenever he says Eastern, Lucky drops him a super dump.
Right.
All right, here we go. It is now time for everybody's favorite part of the show. Jeremy Goes Bananas. All right, welcome to Jeremy Goes Bananas, the segment of the show where I attempt to read what happened on this day in history. Today is no different. It is March 21st. And on this day in 1556, Thomas Cranmer, the first Protestant Archbishop of Canterbury, was burned at the stake for violating heresy laws revised under the Roman Catholic Queen Mary I, known as Bloody Mary. In 1685, German composer Johann Sebastian Bach, who is generally considered the greatest composer of all time, was born. In 1768, French mathematician Joseph Fourier, who exerted strong influence on mathematical physics through The Analytical Theory of Heat, was born in Auxerre. In 1806, Mexican national hero Benito Juarez was born in San Pablo.
Bananas.
And then another one, Osaka. Yeah, I don't know how to say those words. Thank you. In 1880, German painter Hans Hofmann, an influential art teacher and a pioneer in the use of improvisatory techniques, whose work paved the way for American painters to develop abstract expressionism, was born. In 1918, the Second Battle of the Somme began during World War I. In 1925, the Butler Act, which outlawed the teaching of evolution in Tennessee schools, was signed into law. The legislation was at the center of the Scopes trial, and it was not repealed until 1967. In 1960, about 70 Black African demonstrators were killed by police in Sharpeville, Gauteng province during a protest against South Africa's pass laws. All is well over here?
Yes.
In this section. In 1965, American civil rights activists led by Martin Luther King Jr. began a protest march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. In 1980, U.S. President Jimmy Carter announced that the United States was boycotting the Summer Olympics in Moscow to protest the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan.
I remember that.
In 1980, also, in one of the most famous cliffhangers at American television, season 3 of Dallas ended with the shooting of J.R. Ewing.
And who shot JR?
The phrase "who shot JR" entered the lexicon of American popular culture.
Let me tell you, the t-shirts and bumper stickers and everything else used to just drive me insane.
Yes, and I never watched Dallas, but "who shot JR" was the slogan.
In 1990, after 106 years of German and South African rule, Namibia became independent. In 2006, Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey sent the first public tweet, which read, "Just setting up my Twitter." In 2017, Irish politician Martin McGuinness, who as a primary member of Sinn Féin, the political wing of the Irish Republican Army, played an influential role in negotiating the Good Friday Agreement, Belfast Agreement of 1998, died at the age of 66. And finally, in 1963, the U.S. federal prison on San Francisco Bay's Alcatraz Island, which had held some of the most dangerous civilian prisoners, including Al Capone and Robert Stroud, the Birdman of Alcatraz, was closed this day in 1963. And that will do it for Jeremy Goes Bananas.
Oh,
love it,
I
love it, love it.
Do the twist on that.
And yes, wellness is her soror.
Yeah.
Soror. Bananas.
Eddie,
Yeah.
did you check your Nightbot?
Me?
Yeah.
Anthony on the Move says, Eddie, I got A33 on Southwest and A44 on the second leg. So yeah,
Good.
absolutely. Southwest is what I need.
You and Hannah are going Frontier, and I'm
No,
going
ma'am.
Southwest.
That is fake news. That's fake news, ladies and gentlemen. We will be flying together
Declan
to
can
Tampa.
go Frontier. You can go Frontier.
Negative.
Scott and Declan are never flying Frontier again, no matter what. And we got great news here in Harrisburg.
Okay.
Frontier is leaving HIA.
Oh,
and
nice.
Coming back. Basically, essentially saving us all from ourselves and our ill-conceived ideas and notions that maybe we could just fly it once and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
$19.
No.
Leonard Family Fun said, I love me some Dallas and remember that episode. Good old days. Yeah.
Not if they paid me $1,900.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Here's maybe a flight update here. Scott should fly Spirit Airlines. LOL.
I you know what? I would fly Spirit once just to see what it's like, but then all I would have to do is look in the mirror and say, why are all the reviews wrong? Right? I mean, the reviews for Spirit are the same as they are for Frontier.
Yeah, and I'm telling you,
it's horrible. It's a horrible, terrible experience.
Yes.
The seats are uncomfortable. You get a little kind of seat back table that's about this big and stuff like that or whatever. It's a nickel and dime experience. You got to pay for everything. And at the end of the day, that $19 flight ends up being $346.
Yeah.
So it's not really cheaper at the end of the day anyway.
Well, just for duality purposes, you should take Spirit on your way to your yacht club cruise.
No. Beth would kill him.
I think we typically fly Southwest everywhere.
Right.
And when we're cruising, because we don't have to pay for bags.
Right.
And both my wife and I are extreme overpackers.
Exactly. Me too.
Yep.
So, so it makes it, affordable for us to do that. We both have Southwest credit cards. So, we use those to get points and things like that or whatever. So, that's just the way we do. Now, I have a credit card for practically every other airline as well, but we just tend to fly Southwest more than anybody else. So.
Will G has just made it in. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And
However, when I flew to Galveston, or when I flew to Houston for the Prima, I flew United, and I used to fly United a lot back in the day, right? But I hadn't flown them in a long time. And boy, wasn't that a nice experience, including my return flight to Newark, New Jersey, which was in first class. Okay. And it was really nice to not, the flight attendants, they're normally coming down the aisle and they're like, do you want anything? Right. However, when the flight attendant got to me, he was like, and Mr. Schaefer, what can I get for you today? So it was a very nice experience.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. PK Adventure Travel says, hi, all. And I agree with Scott. I flew Frontier once, and you're 100% right. It looks cheap at first, but then it ends up being as much or more than the other airlines after you pay all of the fees.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and the service was terrible, and and the bags were the other thing that really threw me was, you don't get the 50-pound checked bag; it's a 40-pound checked bag,
Right.
and they have those bag sizers and stuff, and you have to, it's just not worth it in the end. And I am so happy to hear that they are leaving our local airport so that all of these people who make this terrible decision every day to fly them down to Orlando, because it's our only nonstop flight to Orlando, is on Frontier from here, and they only fly once a day, and they don't even fly every day. They only fly like 3 or 4 days a week. Once a day, one flight down, and of course the return flight back, and it's only like 3 or 4 days a week. It's not even 7 days a week, right? So, and lots of people make the decision because they think that it'll be okay. And now with them leaving, it's going to save us all from making the stupid decisions. And we're all going to have to book on actual real airlines like United and American and Delta.
Yep. Anthony on the Move says, my aunt came out of delivery wanting to know who shot JR.
I know, it was a big thing back then.
It was a huge thing back then. It was so annoying.
Yes.
Oh, well, here's another clue on Rob's secret cruise that he's definitely keeping a secret from all of us, because he said that one of us may or may not be on this secret cruise. And it says maybe I should go 1,305 miles or 2,101 kilometers to my mystery cruise. What do you all think?
Drive it.
That's a long drive. No. Okay, PK Adventure Travel says, yep, then pay to take my carry-ons, pay to pick a seat, pay to get beverages, pay to blow your nose, and the seats are small and next to no padding.
Yes, like this.
Yeah, none, right? Like, and then that table is so tiny, and I take a tablet along with me to watch a movie or something like that, and I had to hold the tablet. My neck was so stiff because I was looking down for 2.5 hours. It was just not, at the end of the day, we would never do it. Never do it again. And now pretty soon we don't even have the option anymore. So,
you know whose seats I really like is Delta.
Delta.
Yeah, man, they got them wide bottom seats.
But we were in that special section though.
Yep. All right. So we are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for Scott to bring us the cruise and travel industry news.
Morning, good news with Scott from Spirit Islands.
So the only news I have today is actually a re-airing of a CBS News interview with a Virgin Voyages executive about millennials and Gen Zs discovering cruises or starting to choose cruising as a vacation option. It's kind of informative. It's not anything mind-blowing, and it's about 5 minutes long. So, and we are really long today. So without further ado, let's just run the video.
Cruise lines are seeing a new wave of travelers. What was once considered a haven for baby boomers and retirees is now becoming trendy among an increasing number of millennials and Gen Zers. Nirmal Savarimutu joins us now. He's the President and Chief Experience Officer for Virgin Voyages. What a great title.
Good morning. Yes, it's a fun title.
Good morning. So I remember when I was younger, I always thought of cruises as a way too expensive for me when I was just starting out, and also maybe kind of boring. But clearly things have changed. More millennials and Gen Zers are cruising more than ever before. Why is that happening?
Yeah, look, it's a great thing to see a lot more younger consumers choosing cruising. Here at Virgin Voyages, we've got a wide variety of customers that pick us. We have the most 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. One of the things we see is that our biggest growing population is amongst younger consumers. And I think it's driven by two things. The first is that we all know that younger consumers are prioritizing spend on experiences over things. They want to indulge, they want to go out and see the world and travel, but they want to do it in a way that's more aligned with their modern preferences. So we all want the luxury and attention to detail that we expected from when we were young for those higher end experiences. But we don't want a lot of the traditional formality that typically comes with it. We want service that's a bit more relaxed. We want to feel special, but in a more modern way. Second reason why is that cruises are great value for money. And you put those two things together, great spend on experiences and great value for money. And I think that's why you're seeing the boom in cruising.
So, but how are you reaching this younger demographic? Because I imagine with the older demographic, if they've been on a cruise once, then, you can keep that communications going and they know what the experience is like. But for somebody who's never been on a cruise and they're younger, are you guys on like IG and TikTok? How are you doing this?
Yeah, look, I think all of us as brands are looking to work at how to best communicate with younger consumers. And traditionally, yes, you're right. It's been Instagram and Facebook and now TikTok. One of the unique things we did here at Virgin Voyages was because of that focus on experiences, people really want to know what they're getting. And so what we did actually was we created a music video that brought to life what it feels like to be on a Virgin voyage. It was a 3-minute music video that was set to Come a Chameleon, the iconic Boy George song. And we've seen that piece of advertising be 3 times more effective than any other advertising we've done. And one of the fun things we did was we actually created a dance challenge around that on TikTok, and we had millions of people doing a dance set to this new song, because these younger consumers, they want to see the experience, but they also want to get involved and participate with brands. And so we're finding new ways in now, more than just traditionally just messaging people on Instagram.
Right. Virgin Voyages has an adult-only cruise line. What advice can you give to people if they're trying to determine what cruise is right for them?
Yeah, look, it's a great question. We at Virgin Voyages, we are an adult-only cruise line, but taking a step back, dining is a big part of why people go on cruises, and it's a big part of why particularly younger people vacation today. I talk to a lot of younger consumers, and the first thing they think about when they go to a city is where they're going to dine, as opposed to what are they going to see. So in us in particular, dining is such a big part of it. We don't have any big dining halls or any big buffets on board. Everything is made to order from small, intimate kitchens with Michelin-starred chefs. I'd also think about the level of formality associated with the product that they're picking. Here at Virgin Voyages, we don't have any dress codes on board. Again, playing that notion of people want a more youthful feeling experience. I actually joke that sometimes I think our jeans are probably our more expensive part of our wardrobe these days than they were historically. Right. Thinking about things like connectivity and Wi-Fi, we include Wi-Fi in all of our ticket fares because people want to feel connected. They want to be on social media. Maybe they want to work remotely from a ship or wherever they're traveling from. Fitness is a big part of how people live their lives nowadays. We include free fitness classes on board. We've got juice bars. We've got sunrise and sunset yoga, outdoor workout areas. It's a big part of how we live our lives. And I think the most important thing is, what kind of value we're looking for from the cruise. And we in particular package a lot more into our fares because people want to spend those experiences. It doesn't necessarily mean they want the cheapest experiences. They just want to know they're getting great value for money.
That makes a lot of sense. You mentioned two of the things that's always, every cruise I've been on, I have a routine. I wake up before everyone else and I work out because I know I'm going to be eating the rest of the day. So I try to get rid of my guilt ahead of time, and there's always great options for working out. Where are some of the hottest locations to cruise to right now?
Well, there's a lot of great places to go right now. Mediterranean in particular is extremely popular. We in particular have a new ship launching out of Athens. We do late stays and overnights all through the Mediterranean. We go to cities like Dubrovnik, where Game of Thrones was filmed. We go to Split in Croatia. We got out Athens as well. We got a ship coming out of Australia a bit later. It's another really hot destination. But for people not looking to travel as far, they go to the Caribbean and sail out of Miami on one of our ships. And we brought a bit of Saint-Tropez to the Bahamas. We built a beautiful beach club in Bimini, and people love that experience. So lots of great options for people, particularly at Virgin Voyages. But that's what's driving a lot of the demand you're seeing.
Sounds fantastic. Now I want to go on another vacation. I just came back from one. Nirmal Severimutu, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, that made me want to go on a Virgin Voyages.
I mean, it made me want to do it as well. I've been trying to go on Virgin for so long. And like I said, it's just, I can't go all the way to Miami for 4 days. I just can't do it. I mean, it's not about cost or this or that or anything else. It's about, you know, time and me, you know, the effort that it takes for me to get to Florida to do anything.
Right.
It's too short of amount of time. I just can't justify it, you know, physically or mentally. So I just can't do it. And I just have not been able to work it into a, you know, I can't stack it with another cruise. There just was no cruise that I was interested in that I wanted to do that was going to work out time wise. So, or itinerary wise. So, but I definitely am really just chomping at the bit to go on Virgin, and even more so now after seeing that video. So,
and speaking of cruising, that moves us on to Scott's question of the day. Why did you decide to take your first cruise?
Yeah, so for me, you know, I was like everybody else. I was like, oh, cruising is for like, you know, snooty people and stuff like that or whatever. But I am a very, you know, experienced type of person. So, you know, I'm a early Gen Zer, but or Gen Xer, but I have that Gen Z and millennial kind of desire for experiences and for the ports and stuff. And that's really what it was for me. I was actually kind of anxious and nervous a little bit about the onboard experience, just because I felt like it was going to be, you know, like a snob fest, and, you know, that I was going to have to be, you know, dressed to the nines every day and things like that. So, but I was really excited and really looking forward to the destinations. So that's really what drove me for it. And I fell in love with the destinations just like I had hoped that I would. And even to this day, that is the number one reason why I cruise, is because cruising is the best value in vacation. So it is, you know, it's why I do it. But I do not cruise for the cruise experience. I like the cruise experience. I enjoy the cruise experience, but I do not cruise for the cruise experience. I cruise for the ports and the destinations.
Yeah. Eddie?
When my first cruise was on a dare, people that I worked with at the time, as you all know, me and sharks don't get along. So me and the water, I was always doing the best I can to stay away from the water. So at work, they decided to do a group to go to the Bahamas. At the time I was working at the, it's called the Jackson Memorial Hospital now. Can't remember the name it was back then. But the thing is that they made a group to go to the Bahamas, and I'd never been on a ship that big before. So somehow I gave in and went along with it. We know those first carnivals back. I don't remember which one it was. Celebration, the the Jubilee, or one of those back then. And I kind of liked it. You know, after we did I stay away from going out to the balconies and stay inside. I remember going at night. I went outside and it scared the crap out of me because it was all dark, pitch black. There was nothing to see out there. And that really scared the Jesus out of me. I went back inside and I got involved with the party, the disco, the casino, and all that. So eventually I did a second one and a third one. And I did a whole bunch more. I did stop in the mid-90s because of work. I was traveling a lot throughout the United States, and then I got shifted down. I was sent down to Puerto Rico. At the time, there was no cruises coming out of Puerto Rico, so I went there for 2 weeks. I ended up staying 6 years in Puerto Rico, and then when '99, when I got back, I was still doing the remodels all over. So finally, me and Alice, when she had one in 2010, that eventually, then when she went on that cruise, and something, kicked me, but we wasn't too much into it. But in 2016, when Royal Caribbean started coming out with their new ads, something sparked again, and that's how me and Alice somehow we end up in Norwegian because living out of New York, and we're hooked again. So now we do 3-4 a year. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, I had never been on a cruise prior to meeting her, and we all know how cruising is fun anytime rolls. So I was pretty much, roped into it. She had built this excitement around cruising with Carnival, so naturally I'm like, yeah, let's get this party started. But I was not ready for that party right there. I wasn't. I immediately fell in love with cruising, and now, just like Eddie, we cruise about 3 or 4 times a year, and I'm hooked.
Well, for me, I started cruising a long time ago, and the reason being, 2 days before my dad died, he got me and my sisters together and said, "I want you all to travel together." So he left us a little money, and my older sister said the best way for us to travel together and have fun is on a cruise. And they were Royal Caribbean people, but they took me on Carnival for the very first time, and I loved it. In fact, I would cruise by myself, which would make my older sister, nervous, but that's why I started cruising. My dad said for us to stay connected and to travel and together. And that's how we travel together, me and my sisters.
That'll work. Michael Ann has an answer here. It says, took my first cruise to be a part of the inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising cruise. Now I'm hooked. And if you want to help out a fellow shipmate to get onto a cruise, look no further than Helping Hands, 4 cruising.org. There you can make a donation and be a part of this wonderful charity. If one of you guys could drop that link into the chat, they can follow and make a donation today. Mm-hmm. You'd be doing a fellow shipmate a great honor.
And then if you know somebody that wants to take a cruise,
mm-hmm.
they have a form that you can fill out for that person.
Yeah, so they can be a recipient.
Yeah.
And Mike and Rihanna says, we decided to take our first cruise because of all of our YouTube cruise friends.
Or
that'll work.
Well, and it's going to be a very different experience than living on the surface of Mars.
Right.
If you ever see any of Mike and Rihanna's videos where, Mike turns the camera around and looks out the windshield of them driving down the road in their local habitat, for me, it looks like the surface of Mars.
Leonard Family Fun says, I always wanted to take a cruise, but my first cruise was our delayed honeymoon. We got married while I was in nursing school and decided 4 years after we got married and I was working as an RN, it was time.
Oh, yeah.
Good story. Cruise Nuts left some palm trees in the chat. Thank you for that. And Tuber Chat has made it in. Hello.
Hey,
what's up?
How you doing? And you came to a really good show today.
Yeah, you did.
We're talking about a lot of stuff. People got to know who we were and why we do and all of this.
And here is the official website for Helping Hands for Cruising. Go over there and make a difference today.
Yeah.
And as always, we put this link in all of our morning shows. On our side, that link is always available for you guys to follow. Mm-hmm. We share that link every day. And let's see. Leonard Family Fun. Our first ship was Carnival Elation. What was yours?
Okay. Mine was the Dream.
Mine was the Carnival Breeze.
Mine was Carnival something. I can't recall. Back in the 80s, so
It was back then. It was just Carnival.
probably, who knows?
Yep.
It was a self-titled ship.
It was like a six-deck ship. It was all white. That's as much as I remember. It felt more like a industrial Navy ship than a recreational like they are now. So
Kenny says, my great YouTube friends, the Down Under Cruisers and Helping Hands for Cruising, inspired me to get out and enjoy the ocean for the first time. And several other YouTube cruise friends inspired me. I'm definitely hooked.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who was a recipient?
Tinkerbell says, my first cruise was on a Royal Caribbean Enchantment of the Seas, and the rest is history.
Yeah, my sister's.
My first cruise was on Sovereign of the Seas. And that ship has long gone. There were 3 Sovereign class ships: the Sovereign, the Monarch, and the Majesty. I have been on only 2, Sovereign and Majesty. I never sailed the Monarch, although my wife sailed the Monarch of the Seas. She and I were supposed to sail Monarch. I got sick, and she ended up going without me and taking a friend of hers. So we weren't married yet, though. We were still just dating. So I said, you know what, just you take a friend and go. And so I did not get to sail Monarch, but I've also been on the Enchantment of the Seas as well. So.
Facebook user says, from the Cruise Nuts, our first was a country dance cruise on the Conquest. Will G says Carnival Triumph.
Oh, wow. That's a long back far away. That ship had problems in the middle of the sea that stopped.
Yeah, I think that's the one where it took days and days for the tugboats to.
Yes.
They didn't have any power and they had no food, and it was a horrible experience. And of course, the cruise line was like, not our fault.
Yeah.
Yep. All righty. So speaking of cruises, Carnival cruises to be exact, Eddie has a cruise coming up. And let's let the folks know all about it.
Yep, October 28th this year. We still got some cabins available. You want to get on it, get in touch with Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel so you could get your cabin going and get going with all of us. We're going to be out of Tampa, Carnival Paradise, going down to Key West, Montego Bay, and Grand Cayman. Like I said, get in touch with Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel to get your deposit down and get your cabin paid off by July. Check out this video.
Who's Cruise 2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios. Out of Tampa, Florida. Port of Calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard the Carnival Paradise. Join us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com.
All right. PK Adventure Travel says, our first cruise was the Carnival Paradise for our honeymoon.
What?
This was back when it was, yes. This was back when it was smoke-free. We got into cruising because Mel's parents had been on 2 and we watched their home videos. So, hey, maybe there's some missing cruise vlogs that, are in home video style that you may have from back in the day. And if you have a YouTube channel, we invite you to do so. Bring out those home videos. Let's see it.
Because we're watching Paradise like crazy.
Yes, we are.
Sometimes I will go back way deep into my photo archive and I will find, I used to take pictures of all of the ice sculptures. Right. So I miss those ice. I mean, there used to be ice sculptures everywhere, every day, all the time, versus now occasionally they will do a demo of carving one. Right. Yeah. But that's it. But they used to just be everywhere. And of course, there were the midnight chocolate buffets where, they made animals and all kinds of, images and stuff out of the food, and, and the pigs they would bring out with the apple in the mouth, and, and they don't do any of that anymore. So I miss those days.
Leonard Family Fun says elation is the blame for my love of cruising, and second cruise was on the Carnival Dream.
Yeah.
The Dream remains my favorite ship so far. Elation will always hold a special place in my heart.
I like the Dream.
Yep.
I like the Vista, and I like the Celebration over the Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm.
And I like love, not like, I love the Prima.
Prima has a special place in my heart too.
Mm-hmm.
It's called, it's below the heart. It's more along the lines of my stomach and my gut. That food was spectacular. Kenny says, I've taken 2 Carnival cruises and working on number 3 on the Norwegian Joy cruise.
Yes, it's going to be on a rock and roll cruise.
November 29th through December 6th, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Controversial Cruising says the SS Seabreeze Dolphin Line. That'll work. Will G says it's the Carnival Sunrise now. They changed the name of it.
Yeah, they did. They changed. Destiny became Sunshine, and I think Triumph became Sunrise.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And Kenny, whenever you get on this NCL cruise, pay very, very close attention to the quality of the food.
Oh my God.
I'm serious.
This kid could eat.
Well, when you compare it to Carnival. Okay, when you compare it to Carnival.
Will G, I cruised on a few months after the infamous poop cruise.
Right.
Let's see. PK Adventure Travels. Oh, I missed that. 11 p.m. was for pictures and midnight was for eating.
Yep.
Well, that'll work. Man, we had some good discussions today, but all good things must come to an end. But before we go, Eddie, do you have a list working for the rest of the day on YouTube?
And as we follow, we have Mr. Jarian and then Mommy on the World coming up at 11. Also, Chili Falls, 12 noonish will be Miracles and Mayhem. Sometime during the afternoon. 2 o'clock in the afternoon will be Mona Did What?
Mona Did What?
6 p.m. Tuber Chat with Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael and Spoil Mama today at 6. And coming up around 7 will be Thursday with Controversial Cruising and the Stu Tourists. Alive with Parkers on the Go, and also Journey with the Gingers.
All right. Well, that will work.
That's a good lineup.
It is a good lineup. We had a phenomenal show today. Thank you guys all, especially for participating in everybody's questions and stuff. You kept us going.
Yeah. Captain Mills started it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with good conversation.
Yep.
And then Anthony on the Move put it all together for the Greek people in the chat.
Yeah, the Greek people. Kenny says, I'm sure the food will make my tongue slap my brain.
Oh, you will. Look, Kenny, let me tell you, on the NCL, it is going to blow your mind.
Yes, it is. Anthony on the Move, haircut today, flight tomorrow, Mardi Gras Saturday. Have fun. Have fun. Go to Emeralds. Go to Emeralds and get you some jambalaya.
Or some
please.
Beignets.
And beignets. No, not or. Get both.
Yes.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It really is. That presentation with the little cast iron skillet that they bring out. Oh my God. That is so cool. Alrighty, guys. Well, we will let you go for today. Tomorrow, we got 2 great shows coming up. Tomorrow morning with Go Live Together, and then tomorrow evening with Go Live Together After Dark. I know Baby's been working on some things for After Dark all week long.
I didn't put anything.
In the meantime and in between time, y'all take care of each other out there. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, we love you and good morning.
Bye.
With
special request?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, here goes. Hang on. Let's let Scott lead us out in spectacular fashion.
Yes.
This is Scott. This is Scott on Sangria.